Everybody, it's Pastor Kelly Glasgow at the Church of Damascus Road Prison Ministry, just checking in with a good word. This might be kind of a weird thing for a pastor to say, but I don't go to church because I'm a nice person or because I'm a good person. Um, I go to church because I'm a really screwed up, dysfunctional, maladjusted person who's selfish and who makes bad choices and who gets caught up in bad habits and needs to be corrected. I need this. I need God's word in my life. I need this the same way diabetics need insulin. I need this the same way somebody with, shot kidneys needs dialysis. Like, I need this. I need regular doses of God's word. And I need to be surrounded by people who are also doing this thing. I need to be surrounded by people, a fellowship of people who are committed to God's word. Because left to my own devices, I'll screw things up. And I'll create isolation and misery for myself. It just doesn't work. I've tried it. I've tried it and tried it and tried it. I've tried my own recipe for joy and fulfillment, and it never works. It may work for a little bit, but then it always crashes. Nothing has worked as well as this, as well as implementing God's word in my life and being around a bunch of other people that are doing the same exact thing. And if you're at all interested in having a joyful, fulfilling life, and you're interested in God's recipe, you understand the importance of reconciliation in that recipe. If we've got unresolved sin in our life, meaning things that we've done that we know are wrong and we haven't done anything about them, those things cause shame. Unresolved sin always results in shame. And if I've got that shame in my life, there's no room for joy. There's no room for fulfillment or a sense of purpose and meaning in my life. I'm going to feel horrible about who I am if I've got those unresolved things. And on the other hand, if people have sinned against me, if people have hurt me, done things to me that are unresolved, and I haven't loved them enough to go and talk to them about it and clear the air because I love them, because I want a relationship with them, I go to them and say, hey, we need to talk about this because, I don't want to walk around with this because I love you and I don't want to have this between us. So let's talk about it. Jesus talks about those kind of relationships in Matthew 18. He gives us instructions about what to do when you're in conflict with somebody, what to do when somebody's hurt you. And it's important instructions to take on because resentment is what's going to follow if I don't take care of those things. I'm going to stew on those things that I think people did to me, and it's going to cook into resentments. And then with the resentments choke out joy just as much as shame does. So I got to settle my accounts. That's part of the deal. That's part of the recipe for joy, is settling my accounts, either with what I've done to other people or what I feel like they have done to me. It's an important thing to do. And if you've done those things, nobody ever does it perfectly, but if we're vigilant about those things, I'm telling you, it's a joyful life. It's an incredible, joyful life. Can you imagine what church would look like if it was filled with people who did that, who settled their accounts? Can you imagine what it would be like if church was filled with people who took responsibility for their sin, made amends, and also loved people enough to not talk about them behind their back, but to go to them and to resolve conflict in a healthy way? I think church would be this magnificent place that people couldn't get enough of. I think churches would be full. I think churches would be this glorious example of God's love in the world, and the rest of the world would see this incredible group of people radically loving each other, and the rest of the world would want a taste of that, and they would want to come check out what we have. So I think that's our challenge as the church. Let's be a group of people who show that. Let's be a group of people who have settled their accounts, or who are vigilant about doing that. You don't just do it once; it's an ongoing thing. Let's be a group of people who are vigilant about settling our accounts, being healthy people, joyful people, happy people, with nothing to hide, with no tensions, to be afraid of. Let's be that beautiful group of people who loves each other that way. I have a feeling that if we did that, we'd have the power to change the world. So that's what I got this week. Hey, let's take care of each other out there. We're all on the same team. Peace.